Okay, just realized I was recording. Great, we're currently creating a character out of the Aketeya Fet. One second. That. Because I got the idea from Blubs. I believe that's the creator's name. It might not be still. I got an idea from Blubs talking about the worst character design tropes, and I wanted to make it a character that actually exists. So as always, starting with the head, drawing an extremely messy sketch of what I want this character to look like. And it's already going on a weird start, but just hear me out with it. First, we're going to just draw the head as a false head. And though evolutionary pressures would have stopped once they became the dominant species on their home planet Bleeblorb, yes, I named it Bleeblorb because I don't know what to name it, but still. Oh, it's currently Bleeblorb. But anyways. Is continuing with my weird rant. It's the evolutionary pressures caused it to develop up eyes that camouflage it from predators that were mammals. And it moved throughout that. And it uses its roots to travel. So let me just draw them right now. Yeah, as usual, unedited. So all of my intrusive thoughts while drawing are being stated right now in the darkness at 1948 at night. I feel like that is unexplained. And also for my American viewers, which you can tell I am American, that is 1948. There we go. Almost. There. And then we do the roots. If you didn't know, often fungi have extremely large roots that have them be able to move around, and I intend for the roots to be like human-ish appearances, and the color palette is going to be directly from it because they're supposed to have evolved from it, so why wouldn't the color palette be from it? I just need to turn the opacity down to a 17. Why 17? Because that was the first time I turned the opacity down, and yeah. That was a really bad trace. There we go. I wanted to add more volume to it, and yeah. So it's basically just a creature of fungi with legs. That was bad. And it has arm-like appendages because it needs to, get around and stuff. You see, the leaf-like appendages are a false sense of security, basically. How they communicate, they use electromagnetic pulses. If you can't tell, I'm making this all up on the spot, so. But they don't communicate through electromagnetic pulses, they communicate through root connections, which do cause electromagnetic pulses, but not the point. But they touch their roots together so they can create electromagnetic signals to connect to each other and speak with each other, basically. And yeah, it's weird, but I like it. So it's staying. And also, the way they reproduce, they are sufficient on a species in which is based off the honeybee, but it's not a honeybee. It's a bee with a different and carbon basis. It has a different, well, not a carbon basis. It's a literal non-carbon basis. It's has a hydrogen base, as all the plants in this galaxy do. Well, not plants, animals. Do I know how fungi reproduce? No. Do I know how anything reproduces? No, and I would like to keep it that way. I know how mammals reproduce, and I kind of figured out how, vertebrates in general reproduce. But I do not want to know how other things reproduce. Now, I'm first going to delete the trace layer, and now we're going to create we're going to replace the trace layer with a layer with the whole of eyes, with the original idea for the whole of eyes. So, there was a humanoid species, really apes, but humanoid. God, I hate drawing circles, but it's better than... Anyways, so there was originally a humanoid species on the planet that this thing lived in, and it loved to snack on these. So instead of developing a venom to, stay alive, it developed eyes to make the monkey species go like, ah, because it's used to having a species that is odd, that is, I'm going to figure out later, hunt it, and it has a large amount of eyes because it is mainly nocturnal. Oh, that's how this plant managed to survive evolution, and evolutionary pressures caused it to start figuring out how to move, because, I don't know, maybe the original hunting thing was trying to breed with it. I don't know. That was so dumb. But anyways, God, I hate drawing eyes. Yeah, it's the pit of eyes, basically. And there are going to be 4 actual eyes, which are scattered around and in a weird fashion. But that will be after I finish up all these things. And basically I give up now. I'm just going to color in the rest of the empty space. Actually, no, I'm going to bucket tool the rest of the empty space because I really don't want to color it. Yeah, I'm being lazy. I don't care. And basically, that is how they became the dominant species, is on this planet. The possibilities for our intelligent life are endless, and I don't know why everyone thinks that it would be at least vaguely humanoid when there's funguses that are intelligent, and birds. Seriously, birds are smart as hell. I wish I was a bird. I wouldn't have to pay taxes. Stop it! There we go. And one of my martial arts teachers, Mr. Lewin, during our weekly talk about the word of the month, which was courage at the time, was saying and how he I was saying about how we sometimes have to have the courage to know when an area could be dangerous, and I was talking about how the birds went silent, and I was like, and I knew from reading about stuff that when the woods go quiet, something bad's about to happen, and he was like, oh yeah. And then I joked, yeah, either that or the birds were playing a really mean prank on me, Ian, my friend, and he was like, yeah, the birds are playing a mean prank. They can conspire to talk, and they just don't show that they can to not do their taxes. Anyways, it's getting late. I need to go to bed. And so,